Thousands of LGBT people are unable to live in normal lives because of violence and discrimination. By supporting the LGBT community year-round, people can ensure to expand their assistance for LGBT community. But there is more work to be done before everyone can enjoy equality and justice everywhere.
I always knew when I was a kid I was always into like sports and skateboarding and things like that. I didn't like girls' toys. I didn't have a lot of friends who were girls. I refused to wear the female uniform when I was in school. And I kind of just knew, but I didn't come out until I was an adult, mostly because of family who weren't as supporting.
I don't think there's a certain time where I found that I am only attracted to girls, but think back, I think I was never attracted to my opposite sex, I guess.
It was a girl in my junior high school, so she expressed her feeling to me. She said she liked me and she wanted to hold my hand. I found that I didn't feel uncomfortable with her.
I'm a nurse at a hospital and I used to work in people's homes, and one of the families I was looking after found out at the time that I was a lesbian before I transitioned, and he spent 2 hours calling me really bad names and telling me that I'm going to, like, because I'm in their house, their family's going to hell, and that I'm influencing their small child who was only 3 to be more like in the LGBT community in a negative way, and tried to make fun of my girlfriend and I at the time, saying like, I bet one of you looks like this, one of you looks like that, and was really, really, really rude. And since transitioning, I've encountered like the opposite. I've had people try and fight me.
The biggest discrimination I have ever experienced is that some of my elder relatives, they usually have their opinions on how girls and boys, the way they should be dressed, and they usually just judging me on my appearances. They will say things like, "Oh, why are you always dressed like a boy? Why don't you wear a dress? Why are you doing the sports? Sports should be what boys do, and why you don't like playing with the Barbie dolls or any other like stuffed animals? Why are you always interested in like things like trucks, Legos? They think that those things are only meant for boys, not for girls."
When it comes to prejudice idea, the biggest one is probably from my family. So I try to ask my mom how she would feel if I like a girl instead of a boy. She said that if it was someone else's child, she might accept it. But if it was me, she would feel that I would not be able to have my own child and would be subject to a lot of bad comments from relatives.
I think it all comes down to education, I suppose, but that's not just in schools and at work, it's also in like families. Unfortunately, if parents view things a certain way, like being a part of the LGBT community is bad, then the children are going to view it as bad. So when it comes down to that, I guess just the importance of inclusiveness and educating young people in schools, in their workplaces, so understanding that there are different identities, whether it's sexuality or gender, and how to approach those people. There are some programs in schools already, but it's only if the school wants to do it. So there's a lot of schools out there that don't have it yet, and I guess just being respectful of everybody.
Some people have their opinions like this is because in their childhood or in their upbringing, they don't have much encounter with people from the LGBTQ plus communities. So I think one of the possible solution to this is maybe bring more TV programs that has more LGBTQ plus content on them, and then maybe they'll learn more about those people, and then maybe they'll realize that we're just the same.
People can get some well-known psychologists to give some lectures on LGBT or hold more rainbow festival to let more people know about this group.